Good morning, and welcome to our KPC Daily Devotional. Today I'd like to read from Exodus chapter 20, the verse 17. This is the last of the 10 Commandments. You shall not covet your neighbor's house. You shall not covet your neighbor's wife, or male or female slave, or ox, or donkey, or anything that belongs to your neighbor. Today, we're hearing from my forthcoming third collection of devotionals, The Social World of Fleas. This one is entitled The Eye of Envy. We've had Duncan, a rescued wire-haired dachshund, for a little while. I've had him sequestered while he healed from neutering, and now I must gradually introduce him to the rest of the pack. He's still got a lot of puppy energy, so he plays with the other dogs, as much of the older ones are still able to play, all except Cullen. Schnauzer Cullen, son of Barkley, has grown far too serious for play. When he still wanted to play, he had to initiate it, never could tolerate others playing without him, especially if they were playing games he did not understand. Cullen does not understand most dog games. Growl and snap. Don't do that. You're running too fast, playing too hard. Stop it. You're not serious enough. Well, Cullen also wants all the attention. Certainly as far as new dog Duncan is concerned. Cullen wants all of Duncan's pets for himself. But even when he is getting attention from my wife or from me, Cullen just can't enjoy it. But it's not just Cullen. Duncan runs up to my wife in the kitchen, stands on his hind legs, front legs supported on her left knee. He wants to be petted. So Cullen stands up and steadies himself on her right knee. She scratches them both behind the ears, one with the left hand, one with the right. Duncan looks at her adoringly with a happy dog grin, relishing the moment. And Cullen looks at Duncan. He cannot enjoy the attention or the petting if he must share it. He's getting the same petting as the other, but the thrill is just not there. Rather than appreciate and value what he has, he can only obsess about what he might be getting except for him. Envy comes in many different shades of green. We talked about envy a little bit a couple of weeks ago. It's a real problem in our society today. You know, I can want what I don't have, especially if I think others might have it. I want what you have too. One dog comes for petting, and immediately another joins in to get some attention as well. One dog gets a treat, and others want their treat too. Dogs, like people, have an innate sense of fairness and balance. Everyone ought to be treated pretty much the same. Interestingly, dogs don't pay attention to quantity. It doesn't matter if one gets a big treat and the other a small treat. The treat doesn't have to be equal, just that they equally get a treat. But isn't the pursuit of social equality a good thing? Well, in principle it is, yes, if we pursue fairness for others, for all. But the relentless pursuit of equality for myself, that is just another subtle form of envy. Envy in a deeper shade of green. I want it instead of you. I give some attention to our old white lab, Belle, but young lab Cheyenne can't have that and horns in, pushing Belle out of the way. You see, Cheyenne wants all of the attention for herself. Cullen and Duncan are getting equal petting, but Cullen resents it. He's envious that Duncan is getting any of his petting at all. Duncan, leave her alone. She's my mommy and those are my pets. All of them. Mine, mine, mine. You see, the closer envy comes to the object of its desire, the more it approximates another deadly sin, greed. Ultimately, though, watching my dogs, I see that envy is a social vice. And I sit at the table with Duncan on my lap. He's lying on his back. I rub his tummy. The other dogs are sitting or lying around my feet. Now, I would expect Duncan to lie there with his eyes closed, savoring the moment. But he isn't. His head is craned uncomfortably off to one side in order to watch the other dogs below. Or rather, what he wants to see is if they are watching him getting tummy rubs. You see, receiving the attention and getting the tummy rubs is not his ultimate goal. What he wants in that moment is the social gratification of becoming the object of others' envy. You see, it's like I envy your envy. Human marketing is built on cultivating envy. Ads don't really give me any solid reasons why I need a whammy diddle. They just show me lots of smiling, happy people enjoying theirs in order to stir me to want one too, so I can be smiling and happy like that. People stand in line and play grossly inflated prices to be the very first to get the newest phone or computer gaming device or whatever, to be the only one on their block who has one. A man buys, say a Mercedes, not because he admires the engineering or loves the way it handles, but just so others will see that he has a Mercedes. He wants them to envy him. He envies their envy. Ironically, envy spoils the joy of the moment. Cullen cannot enjoy the petting he gets because he is focused on his rival of the moment. Duncan cannot enjoy his tummy rub because he is focused on the spectators. You see, because envy is ultimately all about competition and one-upsmanship. The pleasures of life become only the momentary means to a kind of social self-satisfaction. Of course, the self-satisfaction of envy is even more fleeting and momentary, and we get trapped into a vicious cycle of wanting and must-having. And what does it do to your friendships, your relationships, when we make them all about who has what or who's got more. We either resent or foster resentments among others. It's a very lonely existence. You know, it's no wonder that envy has always been numbered among the deadly sins. I wish you a blessed day ahead. Goodbye.